That, hey man, that Alabama and Texas game was a great showing for the future, wasn't it? I was looking at that game and I was just like, man, I have talked a lot of mess about Texas, but honestly and truly, if they could play like this in the SEC, I'm all for it. But at the same time, I'm not gonna lie, I was very disappointed in the quarterback play from Alabama. This is nothing but G takes. Gabe here, and we're gonna be talking about that Alabama and Texas game, man. I'm not gonna lie, that was probably one of the best games of the year, especially coming off of that LSU and Florida State game, which was an absolute smackdown by Florida State. And I was looking at that game and I was just like, man, it's just crazy to me how LSU don't really have any wide receivers to really get them the ball. And or that LSU doesn't have any wide receivers for Jaden Daniels to give them the ball. Let me put it like that. But it's just crazy to me that that's even a possibility, even saying when all the transfers that went to LSU, and then on top of all the recruits they have at LSU, and they still don't have anybody that seemed like they wanted to catch the ball or make any type of plays for bruh. But we're not talking about them today. We're talking about Texas and Alabama. Man, Quinn Ewers had a game, didn't he? But we're not going to talk about him right now. We're going to talk about A.D. Mitchell. Y'all seen what the boy did. Went over, transferred from Georgia, went on over to Texas. You know, family moves, family decisions. And I ain't gonna lie, brother ball. And I mean, did the exact same things that he was doing at Georgia to Alabama, did the exact same things. Yeah, he's doing at Texas. Like, he's going deep, catching it over people, and then when he's going in for a slant, he's shaking and baking you, making you think that he going out and he going in. Easy tubs. Then we got Xavier Worthy. I'm talking about catching that deep ball. That thing was pretty too. That was a pretty deep ball. I ain't gonna lie, man. You need to get you a smaller jersey. You know, it be hanging off you. It look like you be wearing a practice jersey out there, dog. I'm just messing with you. But man, I'm talking about them wide receivers came to play. Even I can't even remember his name. Whittington, man. I've always liked Whittington. Always been a great catcher. Will catch the ball, and then he's the one that's gonna get you the yards after the hits. Like he gonna be the one that's gonna be trying to like run you over and stuff like that. I like that about him. He plays like Mike Evans, to be honest. Like he runs angry. I like that. And honestly and truly, like when it really comes down to it, the person that really had to play like the plays of the game, or really the player of the game, was Sanders. Honestly, they're tight end, and we can really go a long way with the tight end position. But when it comes down to him, Bell, Brock Bowers, like they're in a class of their own. And honestly and truly, these are like those three are the top tight ends in the country, in my opinion. But dude showed out. I'm talking about balled. I think he had 150 on the ground. Nasty. Just nasty. I mean, he was running over people. Dude is fast. Had a 50-yarder, honestly, truly. He almost broke one of those for a tub. If he would have got off of old buddy, because, I mean, he had then broke like 3 or 4 tackles before then. But if he would have got off of old buddy, that last dude, that would have been another touchdown. But let's just look at the game in a whole. From the first quarter, from the second quarter, it was looking like it was going to be a real, like a slugfest. You know, everything was real slow pace, which is what Alabama wanted it to be. A slow paced game, not really wanting to be like a lot of things going on. They was holding their own on defense and stuff like that. But what really broke everything out was those interceptions at the end of the game. And at the end of the day, that's where we're going to have our issues and our problems with Alabama, because I don't think they've really figured out their quarterback situation. Jalen just needs to take his time a little bit more, but also with the play calling. Y'all said that y'all were going to get back to smash mouth football. That means running the ball pretty much majority of the time. They tried to throw the ball way too much, and honestly, a lot of those times they were trying to throw it weren't even like third and long. They weren't times where they needed to throw the ball. They were times where honestly and truly they could have ran the ball. And if we're going back to smash mouth football, you need to be running the ball about 40 times a game. There should be no reason why Rondell. I'm sorry, I had to think about his name. Rondell only has 6 carries. He had 6 carries or 5 carries. I can't even remember. But you're telling me that you want to do smash mouth football and your quarterback has more carries than one of your running backs, a premium running back that honestly and truly has worked his way up to a starter position and could start at any other institution. But he stayed at Alabama so he could get these touches, and y'all should be giving him these touches because he's earned them and he's shown y'all that he's earned these touches, just like how Jace has. And Jace honestly should be having 20-25 touches. Rondell right after him with 15 touches. Y'all need to give y'all running backs more touches. And when it comes down to Jalen, we need to give him some more routes, honestly and truly. Like, I don't really think more routes on the same side. He doesn't really need to have a full scale all the way across. It just needs to be either drag routes, comebacks, goals, just like the one with Burton when he had the long touchdown to the corner. That was nothing but, I think it was nothing but 5 and outs, and then we had a post that literally just, he had to make it shake to get to where he needed to get to, but hey, it caught the dub, he caught the touchdown. At the end of the day, that works for them, and I feel like that's what they need to go and focus on after this week, especially. Honestly, Texas, I don't really have anything bad to really say about Texas. And let's not say that Alabama had a bad game, because I feel like they had a really good game. I feel like things just got a little too too overwhelming for them at the end of the game when it really comes down to it. I mean, it was the fourth quarter. Time is of the essence, and honestly, it's like I got to make a play. So. It's just one of those type of moments, man. And you had a freshman safety that was getting beat on a lot of things that really wasn't his fault. Honestly, it was just kind of scheme and setup. So I feel like development, time, and they'll fix all that. By the end of the year, I feel like Alabama would be completely different, somewhat. But Texas, I don't really have anything bad to say about them. I love that they got Anthony into the game, their freshman linebacker. I love that they got him into the game, get him into the mix. Texas is going to be in the SEC next year, so you're going to have to start putting these young guys into the game, just like Kirby Smart was saying, like his linebacker core. Like, whenever I put you on the field, that makes you a starter. And as you can see, like, for these past 2 games that they've had, they're putting everybody on the field, and everybody is making plays. And when it comes down to Texas, I feel like they're doing the same. Like, they got the cornerback, Muhammad. I think he started, 2 games ago or a game ago? I can't even remember. But they're putting their young guys on the field, and they're trying to see what they got. They're letting them make plays and stuff like that, and I love to see it. I just want to see what Texas is going to look like at the end of the year. I did not know that BYU and UCF and Cincinnati had all moved over to the Big 12 this year. I don't know why, but I thought they were all moving over next year. But that is significant, because at the end of the day, those are sleeper teams. Very much sleeper teams. I did not put that into my head, but if Texas can roll out for the rest of the year, I feel like they'll definitely be in the championship. But it's going to be who they play against. And honestly and truly, the Big 12 is going to be a slugfest. It is. It is going to be a giant slugfest. So I can't wait to see what it looks like at the end of the year, because those surprises I feel like it's going to be a lot of surprises in the Big 12. And honestly and truly, Texas just showed us what type of grit they had. To let us see if they have it to get over that hump, to get to the championship level and to win the championship, especially in the Big 12, I'm sorry. Going down there, playing smash mouth football with Alabama, and hey, saying that we can hang with them. So at the end of the day, they went out there and handled business, and shout out to them. They got the dub. And I want to see what they're going to do for the rest of the year, man. If y'all like the content, make sure y'all follow, like, subscribe, and I'm going to try and push out as many videos as I possibly can. I love y'all, man. I appreciate all the support. Peace.